Okay, so let's go to we've got a situation in New York in which the future of the Democratic Party hangs in the balance because if this Zohran Mamdani wins, Zohran Mamdani.
Don't mess with the Zohran.
Don't mess with Zohran Mamdani. I knew there was an R.
Don't mess with the Zohran. Zohran's a movie with Ben Stiller.
Okay, so that's right. So let's watch this exchange between Cuomo and Mamdani, and then we can jump in.
Not a job for a first-timer. Any day, you could have a hurricane, you have, God forbid, a 9/11, a health pandemic. If you don't know what you're doing,
Cuomo.
people could die.
Mr. Mamdani, you want to respond?
And if we have a health pandemic, then why would New Yorkers turn back to the governor who sent seniors to their death in nursing homes? That's the kind of experience that's on offer here today. What I don't have in experience, I make up for in integrity. And what you don't have in integrity, you could never make up for in experience.
Yes.
I would make it clear to the president that I am willing to not only speak to him, but to work with him if it means delivering on lowering the cost of living for New Yorkers. That's something that he ran his presidential campaign on, and yet all he's been able to deliver thus far has been prosecuting his political enemies and trying to enact the largest deportation program in American history.
When it comes to executive experience, I've run the Department of Housing and Urban Development, built housing all across the nation. I was governor for 11 years. The budget is double what it is in New York City, and I got government to work. I passed groundbreaking laws, minimum wage, paid family leave, built projects that had never been built before. This is no job for on-the-job training. I fought Donald Trump. He investigated me repeatedly with the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice Inspector General said that it was actually politically motivated. That does not back me up. When I'm fighting for New York, I am not going to stop. And I'll tell you something else. If the Assemblyman is elected mayor, Donald Trump will take over New York City.
I've had a love-hate relationship with Donald Trump that goes back over 30 years. But I know one thing. We have Andrew Cuomo. We have Zohran Mamdani. They want to take on Donald Trump. Look, you can be tough, but you can't be tough if it's going to cost people desperately needed federal funds. Zohran Mamdani, the president, has already said it's going to take $7 billion out of the budget right from the start if you're elected mayor.
This is an interesting race. I think at this point, if the Democrats who are sane-minded want to prevent Mamdani from winning, I think they've got to support the Republican, Sliwa, right?
Well, no. Right now, I mean, according to the New York Post, there's a full court press to get Sliwa to drop out and to put all that effort towards Cuomo.
Have Republicans go to Cuomo.
Yeah, and which is a tough thing to swallow because nobody likes
Cuomo.
Nobody likes Cuomo. Democrats don't like Cuomo. Zohran Mamdani, and I'm always going to get this wrong, is a democratic socialist, full-bred, full-blooded. What he will do to New York City, people need to pay attention because that is a ideology that he will want to carry forward throughout the rest of the country. And the Democrat Party will suffer dearly, I think, because of his election.
This,
and I don't think they really understand that. And the other point that I think needs to be made is the people who would be able to fight for a Cuomo mayoral, to elect him versus a Mamdani, they're not in New York City anymore.
Yeah, good point.
When you really look at the people who control the financial capital of the world, those people have left. They're in Miami, they're in Texas. In some cases, they're here in Phoenix. A whole swath of people who would vote against him have left. We have so many friends here from New York that we've met over the last 6 years since we've moved here. It's unbelievable.
Well, I think that, it's interesting because at the same time we have this election for a mayor of New York, we've got the governor of New Jersey race and the governor of Virginia. And, because Virginia has gotten so much attention as a result of this terrible, Jay Jones, is that his name?
Yeah, Jay Jones, who's running for AG.
Running for AG, who, advocated the murder of his colleague and the murder of his colleague's kids.
Yeah, the Republican speaker at that time.
Yeah. That has obviously taken on a whole life of its own in that race for both the AG and for governor in Virginia. What's not been paid attention to as much is the governor's race in New Jersey, which is very, very close.
Yes.
I mean,
it's
the Republican
within the margin of error.
Yeah, the Republican's within the margin of error.
And usually that means the Republican is winning. I mean,
typically,
we've known. I mean, you know polling, and typically Democrats are oversampled in a state like that leans Democrat.
Right. So it could be interesting. And so here you'll have a very interesting dynamic. You could see a Republican elected as governor of New Jersey at the same time you have a Democratic socialist, like literally a socialist, elected as the mayor of New York. And
people have said if he's elected, they're leaving. They're
packing. I mean,
out.
I think there definitely are businesses that would have to get out. People who who could leave and wanted to leave, absolutely. It will be interesting to watch how it rolls out, because what will happen is that Democrats will see that he won, and then some are gonna copy him in their races wherever they're running, and that could be pretty damaging, because I think that for whatever reason Democrats haven't figured out that people don't like socialism.
Well, it goes beyond socialism. He's you could even say he's an Islamofascist, because he is not disavowed Hamas. He's an ardent anti-Semite.
Yeah.
And still, but that's where New York is at this point. Not all New Yorkers, but that seems to be where New York
bonkers
is.
Because there's a huge population of both Hasidic Jews and just, Orthodox Jews and Reform Jews. I mean, a lot of Jewish people in New York.
Yeah. And it's pretty sad.
Yeah.